This is going to be Moorboard's video for quarter-turn bullnoses. There are so many now there that have been made by the Moorboards at the moment, but possibly none have been like these talk-throughs. So whether this ends up being the last final one or I drift off, I don't know. But I'm just going to talk to you about how I see bullnoses. And, you know, and how I would do something, you know, how I would create a template for a bullnose, which you may have seen on media about there. So, you know, without doing it, I thought just, you know, I can't do one thing without explaining another. So I'm just going to go through the motions and that lot and see how it comes out, if it rings a bell. Let me just move this scribe bar, you know, incidentally what a lot of professionals use if they want to use certain methods, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Right, so straight away, I'm just going to mark it out in pencil and that lot and just point out a few things that are realities when you're going to be out there fitting. Straight away, all quarter-turn bullnoses, you'll see them on jobs, you'll see a lot of them. You'll have the rounded top step, but what you won't have, you'll have a drifting bullnose. So the second that's in play in that lot, you've got to start looking at it differently, because often more, if it's a shitty riser and you try and follow that riser, you're going to lose the effect on the floor. So your best bet is to cheat. Now, this is the only time when, you know, I say in that lot, and I'm going to show you a wicked way of how, you know, I've taught several people. I mean, there's us teaching Willow Tree it. There's us actually teaching Ninja, the actual meaning of the word radius. He didn't know how to find radius. Incidentally, the distance will be, you know, we'll give you the words and terminology that so you don't get confused, you know, the difference between a diameter and a radius, you know. So these are the sort of things that, you know, the lads want to know if you want to do it. So, if you have got a naughty riser, you know the ones I mean, so you're not going to be able to use your curve cutters or anything like that on it. Look at the tread. The tread's always the curve. Now picture yourself coming down the stairs, so when you're fitting, you're looking up and down. Don't follow this, just forget the bullnose if it's a shitty one, because that's where this sort of template sort of thing can come into, or we have got another thing, the corner curve, but that we'll just show you another time. But if you look at the tread, I'm not getting to that. If you look at the tread will always be rounded, won't it, on the bullnoses? So that's, you know, the view when they're coming down the stairs or whatever you do. So if you've got a cheat to make your bullnose mechanical, you know, to get that perfect way, who cares if it follows the fucking riser or not? It's irrelevant, you know. If it don't look right when you're drifting into that, it don't look right. So this is where, you know, again, certain things will come into play. If you have got riser, obviously we're not talking about the ones with the carpet on, because, you know, that's not what that's not skill, is it? So we're talking now if you have to follow one round. Now, obviously you could do, I don't care what bullnose curve cut you want, you can make them out of ply, however you like, you know, because even these, unless you have got a really, really nice, perfect moulded riser going around, the curve cutters, they're null and void, they'll slip, they'll kink, they're not reliable unless you have got one of the beauties. I mean, this is half moulded, so it's not really a good thing. So I'm just going to mark on the floor quickly how I do it. You know, if I'm doing a 2-skin, it's always my 45 template, but I'll show you why. So it gives it like a 5-inch border wiggle in it. So I'll be coming round, making those squares. The curve cutter is set for that. Put it in the back one, and then, you know, if it's kicking on tiles, so this is all the stuff I need to find out first, because you'll be thinking. So the 2 back ones were there, so I'm drifting because I don't even want to show this. But again, so I wouldn't probably get, you know, unless you've got it really, really set in before you're cutting it out. So we always, you know, we always do the fill first and cut out the border. Talk about that another time. But there again, unless that's perfect, it is no good. So when that's out of the way. So with that in mind and that lot, I've also seen, what was it on the video, that some describing a way. And they've done so by doing that. It seemed very vague how they were doing it. They just seemed to be going like that around there, but then they made a comment about it being not a very reliable source using method. I can assure you, you haven't seen Jeff do it then. because that is an amazing, like incredibly accurate way of doing it with a template. Anything like that is really, really good thing to learn. But despite that, can't help but drift. Here's the way, sort of like I come up with, and you know, it was in the videos, and that is, I draw a line with a straight edge, and I do a line with a straight edge, creating that V. I also do, which you may see, I've got 2 planks here, quickly. I too would do that method, but obviously you would show me doing it properly, you know, not half-assed going into there. Now, here's where it comes different, and the difference is the sort of thing that I've taught these guys, but they chose to ignore it and call it something else and just go with something else to teach lads when they know this one. So anyway, our version of it with theirs, trying to get a tape measure to measure from that point to there. It's the radius you're after, not the diameter. Make sure you've done that. The diameter is the size all the way across the circle. You only want the quarter turn. Okay, now I've got these set into place for, you know, purpose sake, because I just want to get, you know, get through the video. Then you're going to get an off-cut tile. Now what you want to do is basically, you don't want to go onto the tile really on this one, because what you don't want to do when you're making your template is you do not want to go 1 millimetre past the quarter turn. Because if you imagine it on a circle, as soon as it goes past, it will start to curl in, if that makes any sense. So when you offer it up, it may, you know, resist it or make it look short, but that might be just because you've gone that little bit past. So it may take you a few times, but you're looking for your finish there. So that is when, you know, you can use it for scribing in. I've showed people, or even if you had a square like that, I've shown it on another video before. You had the field down here, you could quickly mark it, couldn't you? Then bring it back out, put your tiles back in, do that. I'm drifting. You know, I just like all this stuff. It's part, you know, I'm interested in it. So I want to attach my tape again, because obviously this is one of my greatest inventions, by the way. But the only thing, I don't think anyone really appreciates it, because they're not as bad as me with losing pencils. But I am. If I don't tie it to myself, fucking hell, it gets problems. So I'll pause it quickly again, get some tape. Right, so before I start drifting off and getting messy. So basically what you've done, long story short, you've got your dividers, you set them, you've tested that bit, you found out what the radius is. Now, this was another tip that I come up with, a little way to create a template for a quarter turn. What I do, put it incidentally into, I've got an offcut, an old tile. It is much better to use these if you're going to do this way. You know, I don't have to do this way, but if you were going to do it, I would use one of these, because it's a lot easier. And if you know you've got the bull nose there, you take one, wouldn't you? So going to leave that there. The other thing I'm going to use here to make it easier to say quickly, this is the last tile I think I've got left. I think out of the ones I found. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a square. Well, I'm just going to butt it off. What I do is I stick things on my cutting mats, by the way. This is another good idea of mine that I shared. You might see others using it. So anyway, we'll just keep going through things and we'll give you tips along the way, because I'm just full of tips and tricks, mate. Now, the reason for this is important, very important for the quarter turn, because if I can start at that point, and I've got that now at a right angle, I've got my 2 start and stop points for my quarter turn, which is, I will show you now. I've set my dividers to that. I found that, you know, it doesn't happen first time. Every time I've got to stop shouting, but you're going to put the point in there. When you get, if you do do get these dividers, usually sharpen the ends if they're not that sharp, but you want a really nice strong pair so you can pull on them by going from that point to that point. Making sure that's on there. Okay. Alright, so it's off. So on this one, it's easier for me to use the chalk. Make sure that's done up bloody tight, because that can fuck you up as well. So what you've got there, that is the internal radius of your bullnose, not the diameter, radius of it. Now, if you're setting your border, when it comes to setting the border, I quite like my square for little bits. The first thing you're going to do here is where it hits that line there. You know, make sure you get, use a square if you haven't got something like this. But you're just going to make a line there, and I'm going to show you why in a minute, because it's all part of my cunning plan of when I first made this. You're then going to get your template. You're going to set it on that line. And you're going to set like that, okay? So all this is, whatever your border is going to be, you can set it wherever you like. You know, you can use your tile or whatever, but we're getting these 2 points with it as it hits the straight, and where the curve starts, there and there. Now the reason that's important is because if you don't get this spot on sort of thing, you'll get that kink on the bullnose, won't you? So it is quite difficult, but there is a rule to that one as well. So again, get your dividers. I've got these ones. Now the best ones really, you want to go up to about 9 inch with these engineered ones, because they're sturdy and strong. You don't want to go to the 12 ones. You don't want to be putting fucking pencils in it. The reason why people use dividers back in the day, well, it was back in the day, you don't see them now, is for the points, and you can get that really fine line, you know, because I noticed when the bloke was trying to demo that one, it's all well and good. Of course you're not going to be able to get an accurate thing if you're using great big fat fucking HB or 2B pencils. So you want to go with H to H1, get the fine line, or get a biro. But anyway, you're going to set it always from that point, because that's where you're working from, over to that point. Dig her in, check her up there. Now, depending on the tile, you can get this deep. You can literally score and snap it. We'll just run the knife around it quickly to do it. So you get where we are now. So we haven't had to do, we haven't had to put a hole in a bit of ply. We haven't had to do any drama or crap. I'll save that for the bloopers bit. Now, if you haven't got the rule yet by what I'm doing here on each one of these, then just ask me. Just fucking message me and ask me and I'll tell you. Because it is a good rule. And it has got one of its sensible things to it. So anyway, this, a little bit of persuasion here, will now become inside or out one, it's up to you. But if you're making this shape, you know, you could argue the fact of, you know, if it's on the bullnose. Shut your mouth, Stuart. bullnose ain't straight, or it ends on a quarter turn, you won't be able to use these ones. But it does give you, you know, that point of where it hits the curve perfectly, all set up for you. So there's your option A, should you wish to do that. If you wanted to do that way and that lot, that's a very easy way to make a template. If it is dead on the quarter turn, you just go back to your original lines that you make on the square. You can then put crossheader wedges if you wanted it to, if you're using them. Bring your round into place and you should find they are dead on your whatchamacallits, if the bullnose was dead square. But you see what I mean? So that's the way if you wanted to use that way. Now, we won't go into the crossheader one, because obviously I've shown everyone, but this is just to compare with what is out there, because obviously